Hey there, here's a quick stretching video you can do in the middle of your day to get up and move your joints, especially if you sit at a desk for long periods of time. First thing we're going to do is start from the top of the body and kind of work our way down. So we'll start with just a basic neck roll. So we're going to start ear to shoulder, drop the chin to your chest, and then just gently roll to the other side. As you move from one side to the other, think about trying not to crunch into your neck, but lengthen through the top of your head. Each time you roll to the side, you're trying to go just a little bit further back to get more into these muscles in the front side of the neck. We're going to do each side 4 times. This is number 3. Again, nice gentle roll, thinking about lengthening through the spine, pulling energy at the top of your head, pulling that chin to chest, and then again up and slightly more to the back. Awesome. So now we're just going to take those shoulders, reach them around, 4 to the back, and then 4 to the front. Reverse that motion. Lots of motion in the shoulder blades in the back. Getting that whole shoulder girdle to really roll around the whole torso. And then we're going to take one arm at a time in a big back stroke. Reaching back again, reaching energy out your fingertips, trying to lengthen through the joint as much as you can. Awesome. One more time. Awesome. So now we're going to take that hand up over the top of your head. You're going to grab on with the opposite hand and gently pull to the side. So we're getting more into the side body here. Nice big stretch. Pretend like your body's between 2 walls that are on the front and back side of your body. Grab onto the opposite elbow and pull. Nice big stretch to the side. Other side again. Ooh, that stretch feels so good. Nice gentle pull on that tricep. Make sure there's no shoulder pain here. You want to make sure that you're pulling that shoulder blade down your back still on this stretch. Keep that pelvis tucked under a little bit so we're not arching into the low back. We'll just go one more time each side. Last one here. Tucking that chin into your throat and pulling the elbow way over to the side. Awesome. Now we're going to go hands right behind your back. You're going to clasp your fingers and then rotate the palms to the floor. From there, you can either try to pull the shoulder blades back and just feel stretched by pulling those hands toward the ground, or if you want a deeper stretch, pull those hands back up, and we're going to try to fold the hands over the top of your head. So this is going to get more of the front of the shoulder, maybe even a little bit into your lower back. Just let that head ding-dong at the bottom of the torso here. We're just letting those hands pull with gravity. If you can't get those hands off your back, just do your best to try to pull your shoulder blades in from this position. And see if you can get a stretch there. If this one's way too hard for you, you can also find some sort of table and kneel down to get a stretch to pull those arms behind you by getting some support behind your back. All right, so the next stretch is going to be our chest stretch at the wall. So you're going to find a basic wall here. You're going to take your hand up against the wall. So it's behind you, slightly above shoulder height. I want you to take the opposite hand, pull onto the rib cage. We're going to try to pull the ribs away from that shoulder. So we're literally trying to bring the torso away from the arm. This arm needs to be pulled down and in, so we're dropping the shoulder blade back into the body. I'm trying to pull the ribs away from the arm. You should feel a deep stretch all the way into your pec and the front of the shoulder. Okay? Same thing opposite side, I'll show you from the back. So we're going to take this hand, pull here. When you reach into the arm, you don't want to be rounded forward. We're going to pull that shoulder blade back and down so that the meaty part of your elbow is facing towards the ceiling, and we're just pulling away again. So using that torso to provide resistance, slight pressure into the wall, and then one more time each side. Taking that arm, reaching it into the wall, and then providing a little bit of extra stretch by pulling those ribs away from the wall. Shoulder blade down and in, again, that fleshy kind of arm, elbow pit facing the ceiling, and same thing other side. So thumb is up, try and put a lot of pressure into the pinky side of your palm, shoulder blades down your back, and we're turning away from the wall. Fantastic. All right, next is going to be our wrist circles. So we're just going to start moving those wrists in a circular direction. Looks good, and the other direction. Awesome. So the next one's going to be a little bit of a nerve stretch here. We're going to take the hand, we're going to press it out into the floor. So So literally like we've got our hand flat as possible, and then we're going to turn away from this side. So what we're going to do is we're going to press the pinky back, turn the nose over the shoulder, and then come back. Okay, so we're going to turn the neck, press the palm back with the fingers reaching up as high as you can. Come back. We're going to go 2 more of those. Turn away, push the hand back, and one more time. Neural glides here to a certain degree. Yep. And then same thing on this side. Push the palm into the floor, press the pinky back, turn and look over the shoulder. So important to keep the chest up tall. Look forward, press pinky back, shoulder blades in, looking over the shoulder. So you should feel like this is causing a stretch in the neck and all the way down into the fingertips if you have tension there. If you don't, this is just kind of a nice stretch to get some rotation in the neck. Good, one more time. Turn the pinky back, turn that ear over the shoulder. Awesome. All right, so we're going to take it down into the hips now. Coming into a low position, you can either have a box here or a stack of books, or ideally you're going to take yourself all the way to the floor. So I'll show you a little bit of an angle here. Back leg is lifted so that the knee is away from the floor. This front knee is allowed to reach out to the side, but I want you to try to push the back knee so that the leg is straight. Palms coming as flat to the floor as you can, and then try to stick the chest out. So we're dropping low in these hips, knee out, and then we're going to switch. So you can either come down to the knees, or if you can just switch, that's great too. So again, this front knee is just allowed to come nice and wide. Back knee is lifted up off the floor. We're just trying to stretch those hips low, releasing the chest down to the floor. Low lunge stretch. Awesome. And then switching sides again. Bringing the opposite foot forward. Chest is out. Dropping those hips low. Back knee lifted. Great. Switch sides. So not holding any of these too super long. Really just trying to get through some mobility. Lengthen out the muscles. Feel that blood flow returning back into our muscular system and out of the sedentary places we've been. And one more time. Breathing into this a little bit, relaxing those hips down, back knee lifted, front knee wide. All right, next stretch is going to be pigeon. So we're just going to bring that foot forward. Come as far forward as you can. So if this bothers your knee for any reason, you can always put a little bit of a support down here, like a folded up towel or blanket. You can also put a block under your booty or a stack of books under your booty to kind of hold yourself up. The goal of this one is to try to reach this back leg as far as you can. And then we're just kind of stretching into this inner thigh, hamstring, and glute of the front leg. So we're going to stay tall these first 2 sides, and then we're going to go low the next round through. So shoulder blades are back, chest is up, really trying to let those hips relax into the ground, feeling that release in the inner thigh, hamstring, and glute. And back to the other side. Remember, this time we're going to come nice and low. So we're going to get into that position. Come down to the elbows. Dropping your body weight down to the ground. Just letting yourself feel the earth here and feel that gravity pulling you into the floor. Come back up to the hands. Switch sides. Back to the elbows. Release that back toe down. Keep walking the back knee behind you and just let those hips again release into the floor. Such a good stretch for all of us. Fantastic. All right, just sitting up now. We're going to go into a V-sit, so the feet will be wide, or as wide as you can go. Walk those fingers forward, chest out. Think about trying to stay as tall in the chest as you can. And keeping those toes lifted towards the ceiling, what we're going to do is take a nice deep breath, and as you exhale, I want you to feel yourself let your ankles go. So releasing the feet from gripping at all to resist the stretch. And then from here, we're going to take an elbow into this leg. We're going to reach the hand over. This is a little bit of a low back stretch. So we're trying to turn those shoulders so they're stacked. Keep the sit bones on the floor. And think about trying to reach out long with that upper body and torso. Same thing other side. Dig the elbow in, lift the chest, stack the shoulders. Look underneath that arm. Think about keeping both sit bones on the ground. And try to lengthen out the side body here, the top part of your ribs. Good, one more time each side. Great. Spinning shoulders. Long reach. Feel that hip ground into the floor. One more time, other side. Fantastic. So our next stretch is going to be on the floor, and it will be a down dog stretch. So the goal here at first is to just stretch into your calves. So we're gonna press one ankle into the floor. This foot can be here for a little bit of support, or if you want a little bit of deeper stretch into your Achilles or ankle, you can trap that ankle. So I'm just gonna resting the top of my foot and the back heel of the opposite leg. And we're pressing this knee straight, trying to drop and drive that ankle into the floor, or heel into the floor. Switching sides, so straightening this knee, pressing this ankle down into the floor, and trying to press you over pressure with this opposite foot. Awesome. Bringing those feet wide now, squeezing those shoulder blades back, so we're trying to lift the tailbone up. You can keep a soft bend in these knees, but think about trying to press pressure into your upper back, releasing shoulder blades down. Put pressure into the first finger and thumb of your wrist here. Awesome. And our last stretch is going to be on the floor all the way down. This is kind of a pretzel move. So you're going to take your hand and if you can, grab onto the toe of the top leg. And I want you to imagine your knee going back, but your hips going forward. So we're trying to make a straight line from your shoulder, your hip, to your knee. Bringing the knee back, pushing the hips forward, and then adding, if you can, this bottom heel on the top of the top leg. So this is a tough one. If you can't quite get this position, that's okay. Just stay here. If you notice my leg's pretty tight and my knee wants to lift up, that's why I'm trying to help myself get that knee more parallel to the ground. Still actively pushing my hip forward as I press this knee into the floor. So what that's going to do is stretch more of your outer quad, your lateral quad, or lateral front of the thigh, which is a muscle that tends to get really tight because of all the forward motion we do and all the sitting we do in our society. So again, pushing knee back, hip goes forward, and we're pressing the top knee down. There's just one stretch on each side of this one, and after this, we will be all set. Feeling that body loosened up. So we're going to bring the knee back, bring the toe or the heel over the top of that one. So we're pushing the hip forward, pressing the knee down, bringing that heel way into the glute in the back side of the body. And for a bonus, what you can do here at the end is a very, very short Shavasana, just laying in corpse pose. So we're going to lie on the back, palms up. 3 short breaths, just taking a nice deep breath into the nose. Feeling that belly expand with air, then expand the rib cage, fully taking it all in, and then slowly exhaling. Feeling all of the air come out, pressing through those ribs, depressing all the muscles into the ground. Nice deep breath in. This time taking a little bit more air into the lungs. That last moment, really trying to fill the lungs up with as much air as possible. Holding that breath for a couple seconds, and then fully exhaling all the air out, nice and slow. Fully releasing, trying to relax those muscles into the ground. Again, grounding ourselves into the earth, feeling our body release and open. And on your next inhale, just taking in all of the positive energy you possibly can, filling the body up with lots of good oxygen-rich energy. And as you exhale, letting all of the toxins float away, all of the negative energy push out of your system. Pushing it out with your muscles, all the air out, big exhale. And then slowly rolling to your side and coming up. Thank you, hope you enjoy it.